How's it going, people? Thanks again for joining us for another video. This is going to be the more ET Council bullshit. It's more it's part two. We had to split this into two purely because of the length of the video and the amount of time it takes to edit it. So today, in this video, we're going to, like I said, continue from the last video where we kind of covered the information that old content providers used to put out 10 years ago, like Tolec, even Thomas Williams and Sheldon Needle and all these others. They were part of federations or councils, like the Galactic Federation of Light, the Galactic Federation of Planets, and the Silver Legion, Ashtar Command, etc. So we covered that in the last one. In this one, we're going to go into some of the content that they put out, especially Tolec and Tanaath. Now, we said that Tanaath was on most of Thomas Williams' shows throughout since 2013, right through to 2015, where she would talk on there mostly about ET battles, what was going on in the world today on Earth and in space and God knows what else. And she went on a few shows as well with Tolec, and I'm just going to play 11-minute video of mixed clips really from what Tolec was talking about with Tanaath. We're talking here, like I said, Draco ships attacking Earth and Silver Legion coming in to save the day, kind of thing like Kim does today. She says, oh yeah, we know the UPU and the council are protecting us. No evidence, nothing. You can't prove any of that. And then, of course, Tolec throws his bit in as well. And then we'll show you a little bit with Thomas Williams talking with Randy Morgans and Drake Bailey about the disclosure. It's only a small clip with that one. And then a little bit on Megan Martinez on with Tolec as well. So the big connection here, it's all around Tolec. And, don't get us wrong, we do believe in the ET UFO, that they exist. We'll have our own individual opinions of what that is. But yeah, there's different species, of course there are. But it's just these people think they're in contact with them, and how's that any different? For me, I could say that, I have a cup of tea with them every Friday at lunchtime, and you just laugh at it. How's that any different? How's that any different to what these people? Well, you think they're more credible because they've got, a high profile. They're sitting on a news channel somewhere, or they've got thousands of subscribers, so they must be credible. Well, doesn't matter how big you are. It's all about, can you prove what you say? And none of these have done that. So, and also there's something that somebody reminded me today about. Cosmic Voice was heavily connected with David Wilcock. David Wilcock, of course, had a lot to say about the Corey Good thing. Whatever Corey Good said was also covered 10 years ago, before he even was discovered. So Corey Good seems to be the guy that's feeding these people stuff, or there's something else going on. So keep that in mind, especially when it comes to Tanaath. And there are a lot of rumours around about Tanaath as well, but who that person really is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire up some screen sharing, and we're going to bring in the next slide, which is going to be the videos with Tolec, and like I said, it's going to be on for about 11 minutes. I'll leave you to, you can skip if you don't want to listen to all of it, but it's quite good information that you'll understand where, the kind of thing that Kim talks about, and also just how the hell can people believe this stuff. Anyway, here it is.
Hi, good evening. This is Tolec of the Andromeda Council. We're going to be doing things a little bit differently today. I have the honor and pleasure of speaking with Tanaath of the Silver Legion. This is a special report. We were actually going to do this report second, but it looks like it's going to be posted first because of the crucial nature of the information that she's about to provide. This special report is specifically on operations Butterfly Net and Magic Eraser. And specifically Butterfly Net is relevant because, as I'm sure some of you have heard, just recently the Andromeda Council, including their people leading the way from Procyon, have just finished clearing out the final Draco and Hydra reptilian undersea base. They started the search effort for this base on March 9th, just last month. They finally broke through about a quarter-mile thick energy force field. There was some considerable hand-to-hand fighting on a building-by-building basis. And the base was finally cleared out and shut down on March 30th, just a few days ago. Our people found an extensive operation going on there. There was 10,000 plus reptilian officers, military officers. There were 5,000 administrative and operational support workers. They also found 3,000 Cabal and Illuminati officers, which have been taken as prisoners. Now, here's the reason for the special report from Tanaath regarding this operation called Butterfly Net. In retaliation for the people of Procyon and the Andromeda Council taking out their last undersea base, the people of Draco and Hydra, the reptilians, weren't too happy at all. And it's actually a serious matter. I'll, if you will, hand over the floor to Tanaath and let her describe that retaliation effort and what her people of the Silver Legion did to address that effort and neutralize a great part of it. Tanaath?
Thank you, Tolec. I'll apologize to listeners right now. I've got a bit of a cold, so my voice is not what it usually is. But yes, we received intelligence that there would be a retaliation attack upon the Andromeda Council biospheres by specifically the Draco reptilian fleet. Our sources provided us information on 50 dreadnoughts. Dreadnoughts in the reptilian army are light attack cruisers manned by approximately 50 crew, with room for up to 100 troops, marines, hand-to-hand fighters, if you call them, or combat fighters. These 50 ships were being launched through a portal in the fourth dimension on the other side of Jupiter, the opposite side of Jupiter from Earth. They were hoping to capitalize on the fact that there's so much traffic going through that particular portal right now that people would miss the fact that these are Draco and not somebody else. And then they would drop into the third dimension, go to the Andromeda Council biospheres, and fire special missiles that phase between the third and fourth dimension, thus rendering them difficult to target. Missiles designed to ship kill, in other words, designed to disrupt the life support capacities of the biosphere in order to take the technology intact, but kill all the people on board.
Hi. This is the news report of the collapse and destruction of a massive reptilian undersea base in the area of Southeast Bay of Bengal. This occurred on February the 15th, 2012. It was an undersea quake, magnitude 5.1, as registered by the USGS. The story. Prior notification of the next strategic reptilian undersea base to be taken out and destroyed was provided to Alfred Weber on February 3, 2012, late in the evening, after having received a telepathic communication from the commander of the primary Andromeda Council biosphere. At this time, I provided to Alfred Weber of Exopolitics via email an advanced notice report of 2 strategic reptilian undersea bases that remained that needed to be taken out and destroyed. My report of that evening stated that the first of the 2 remaining undersea bases would be located in the Indian Ocean Bay of Bengal area, with the finding of an extensive, massive undersea base located and beginning on the top portion of a pencil-shaped, north-south oriented undersea land ridge, a very unnatural-looking undersea land ridge. The beginning of this base is marked by a white box with crosshairs in the middle. You'll be able to see this image on the first full page of my report. This base runs the full length of the pencil, north to south. When looking at this image, you'll notice that to the right, this image, which is a partial extraction of a global National Geographic map of various ocean floor ridges, rises, and formations I previously provided to Mr. Weber on the evening of February 3rd. The location of this specific extensive undersea base, the beginning of which is marked with this small white box in crosshairs, indicates the location of the base which runs the full north-south length of this undersea ridge. This land formation, this ridge, is called the 90 East Ridge. It is located just due west of northern Cocos Basin and due west of the northernmost part of the island of Sumatra. This is Tolec with the Andromeda Council, and it is Saturday, May the 26th, and I'm here with Tanaath of the Silver Legion for a special report regarding a special op that took place recently, and it had to do with her people of the Silver Legion and special ops forces out in deep space attacking, destroying, not only disabling, but destroying a Draco reptilian cube, which was a transmitter. It was also a prison for a number of souls. And in the process, they also took out 70 reptilian dreadnought ships. Tanaath, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you, Tolec. How are you?
Good. Doing well. I know that you and I have both had a really busy week. I think the term really busy would be an understatement for each.
Yeah, that's putting it lightly.
Yeah. Last weekend, right around this time, you and I were talking about a special op that your people, in combination with some other people, were going to be taking in deep space because you were aware of this Draco reptilian cube that had some pretty nasty intentions for those of us here on Earth. And
Big time.
Yeah, and you had made together you had made some very quiet plans to intercept this cube, do something about its plans, at least disable it, and take care of the other ships that were traveling with it. You let me know in advance that specifically me, that we were supposed to keep quiet about it because you wanted this specifically to be a stealth operation.
Oh yes, there's no way we could have taken this in a quote-unquote fair fight.
Yeah. So having that been said as a foundation for your report, I'm aware of the cube and certainly the dreadnought ships that were coming this way. I'm going to be quiet and go ahead and, if you can, please kind of frame how you learned about this situation, how your people learned that this cube and these dreadnought ships were coming, and what kind of plans you put together specifically to take them out. Probably a good place.
Actually, and this is, some of you listening might find this interesting, but we actually got a tip-off to the fact that it existed from somebody who wrote us an email. And we went and investigated and found out, sure enough, there it was. We got multiple tips, actually, about 3 people who came and said, are you aware this exists? Are you going to do something about it? And when we found out the implications of its existence, we decided that yes, we do indeed need to do something about this, and sooner rather than later. So we decided to go ahead with it and started doing some extensive reconnaissance, and discovered that there was no way we could take this cube in a frontal assault. It was about 50 kilometers by 50 kilometers. Yes, that's kilometers. Let me see if I can put that into miles for our American listeners. It was very, very large, and not only that, it was well guarded by 100,000 elite Draco troops. That's about 31 miles for listeners.
Wow.
And a fleet of 100. Originally, it was 100 dreadnoughts. By the time we got there, it was 90, but I'll get to that in a moment.
Okay.
100 dreadnoughts and a shield that was roughly the size of Pluto around the whole area that was designed to keep out.
There you go. The fact that they've used the image of a Borg cube and then kind of changed it just makes me laugh, really. I don't understand how people can take it seriously when they're using things like Borg cubes and someone's computer graphic ship that's probably taken from a game or something like that. Oh. So this next one is going to be regarding these 3 people. There's Tolec. I think his name's Mike. Could be Mike. I can't remember his name. It's not really relevant in this one at the moment. But that on the right is Megan Martinez. This is the lady that was in the fake alien show with Thomas Williams and Kim. So here you go, have a listen to this.
The Galactic's talking about their own ships. I have some insight into this, but go ahead. I mean, there are a number of races that are watching what's going on.
Yeah, we can collaborative.
Sure.
I'm sure you're getting a lot of this similar stuff coming through on your end. But yeah, they just recently, a few days ago, when we were channeling, maybe it was yesterday, they said there are even more ships showing up now. Where
is that why they were in my room the other night?
We've had a lot of activity.
Lots of
oh my god,
yeah.
It's been crazy. Tons of activity lately.
Not sleeping much, you guys, huh?
No, oh my gosh, it's been.
Yeah.
I think I'm doing well for the lack of sleep, but yeah, they said yesterday that these ships are standing by, and now of course they're helping shield the solar waves that are hitting us. That's one of the things that they're doing there.
There's a lot of deflection going on.
Yeah. Right. Another reason that they've indicated that they're standing by is in case they need to do any kind of rescue or picking people up. So because of what's going on with the sun and with the
well said.
With the opposition. So they're standing by if they need to do extractions just to protect us. Yeah. So we're grateful. Thank you.
I understand that there are. So we have 12 Andromeda Council biospheres that are in and around this solar system. From my understanding, 9 of them are sort of creating this energetic fence and bubble around the outside of the solar system, and then the other 3 are in and around Earth space. Having said that, I've been told a few times that there are at least 500 plus races, both organic, physical, as well as higher dimensional, that are all observing and tracking what's going on down here.
Yeah.
This is sort of like the...
So there you go. We're talking about biospheres again. Corey Good, David Wilcock, Tanaath talks about these. Quite a few of these councils talk about biospheres and the protection and what they do to protect the earth, but again, it's just hearsay, that nobody's ever gonna see any proof about this. That's the sad thing about it. So this next one, this is the last one actually, for this video, and this is where Thomas Williams is off Planet Radio, off Planet TV, sorry, with Randy Morgans. This is a while back. This is in 2015. You can see Thomas Williams looks a lot younger there. This is before he got in Team Bubba, got on the case. Now he looks about 25 years older. Looks more like the guy at the bottom, Drake. So yeah, they're going to be in this video. You'll get to hear what Randy Morgan's asked about disclosure, and Drake was saying his bit. If you could understand, sometimes he just goes on and on. He just don't know what he's talking about, and of course, Thomas says his bit. He's probably a bit more interesting when you listen to his explanation of how disclosure is going to work. But considering all this, I mean, don't get me wrong, Randy Morgans is not the person here we're talking about. Randy Morgan's come out, if you look at one of our videos, from villains to heroes, he has come out and said that he doesn't believe what they say, and it's all fake, the trust, the whole lot. And so you can watch that video. So it's probably, we did it maybe a couple of months back. But yeah, we're targeting you is Thomas Williams, just to tell you that he's still going on about the councils in 2015. And of course, he was well in with Kim by then in the background. Kim's coaching him, and at this time is where it's actually in that video, but we're going to put it in another future video. It's concerning global collateral accounts and things like that. We'll put a snippet of what he talks about on the collateral accounts, and you can see where he's beginning to talk about some of the things that Kim's been pushing his way. So let's play this one.
So we already have a certain. It's funny you'd say that.
Ones that we would be more familiar with, rather than some of the more exotic ones.
Right.
That's going to freak people out. Yeah. Some of the meetings that took place between the Cabal and ET and the councils upstairs. The Cabal basically have agreed to disclosure, but on their terms. And basically what they asked for was a 50-year term, their life longevity. But some of these people we see on the news, and politicians and royal families, are a lot older than we realize. And their life longevity would end, and they would all be dead within 50 years. At that point, we can disclose the rather heinous crimes that those people have committed. Disclosure is going to come in two forms. The disclosure with a small d is the financial, the fraud, the corruption, the Illuminati, and then the disclosure with a capital D is the ET.
So there you have it. He talks about the councils, and of course he goes on about the big D and the lower, the small d and the capital D disclosure. he's been talking about that a long time, and we're still waiting. We don't really know anything about disclosure. I mean, if there is councils up there, the best disclosure is for them just to come and land, pull their ships in the sky and say, "Hi, we come in peace," you know, that kind of thing. Anyway, that's the end of this video. It's coming on 25 minutes, half an hour now. So there's a lot for you to digest there. We can understand why we're showing you this. Is that just to summarize it all? Kim is no different to what these people were saying 10 years ago. I'm talking about 10-year guys for this one, because it was 2015, but back in 2013 and 14 is where a lot of people in the UFO community were talking about councils and everything else. And of course, what kind of magnified it even more was the Corey Good stuff. And of course, you don't really hear much about him anymore because he's lost his platform, and people have sussed him out to be a complete liar, especially the 20-year and back concept that he was talking about. Nearly 20 years off planet, and then they're putting back into his time when he was a young child again. So he's got memories. There are a few people who have come and said that, but you know, we can all, it's good. Anyone can say anything, but nobody ever comes up with evidence. And that's what happens in the alt media. There's never any evidence. And considering everybody's got smartphones nowadays, you can record things, take pictures. And if I met an ET today and they said I couldn't record it, how would I possibly be able to put that on the internet for anybody to believe anything I say apart from my word? And that's the same thing here. You're taking people's words for it, and they're not very credible for what they say because it's all stories, fictional. Okay, everybody, thanks very much for watching. Take care. Please like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you on the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.